What's up YouTubers, Johnny DIY here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to install or replace a bathroom sink faucet. If you guys are new to my channel, do me a favor, click the subscribe and the notification bell so you can get all my new videos. Alright guys, let's get to it. Okay, so we'll come under the sink and we're going to close our hot and cold water valves if you have those. If you don't, you're going to have to shut off your main water supply. Okay, we'll go ahead and open up our sink and let all the water out. Remove the pop-up lever. So there's this little clip right here and you squeeze it together and then slide it back. The clip comes undone. Remove the pop-up lever, so we go ahead and loosen that up. That pulls right out. Then we need to remove this connecting rod that connects the sink pop-up. Comes undone with a little set screw. Then we can come up here and remove that pop-up lever. Alright, now you're going to want to get some cushions and pads because this is the uncomfortable part. We're going to come under here. Oh, these are really corroded and old. If you have bad corrosion like this, I suggest spraying some WD-40 on it the day or so before. Okay, now you're going to need your handy dandy basin wrench, or there's a socket attachment that you can attach to a regular socket wrench. I'll go ahead and put both links down in the description to those tools. And all the rest I'm using, but you grab on with the basin wrench and then we twist to crack it loose, and we should be able to get the rest off by hand. We'll do that to both of them. Then we're going to use the same basin wrench to loosen up these nuts that hold the sink in, the sink mounts. Once you crack them loose, you can do it by hand. The socket I was telling you guys about is actually better than that basin wrench for this part. Now fight the urge to just give up and take a nap underneath the sink. You can do it. Now we can come up here and this should be able to lift right out. Clean this hideous mess. A degreaser and a little scraper should loosen this up. Okay, if you're interested, this is the faucet I'm going to be using, Delta Porter. Okay, it comes with this hard plastic gasket that goes down first. It has an indentation that faces downward, and then the sink drops into that. Now I really don't trust these hard plastic gaskets to seal on their own, so we can do two things. We can either use 100% silicone to run a bead under it, but we're just going to be using the tried and true plumber's putty to put under that seal. Make sure you go ahead and get the stain-free one if you have a natural stone countertop. Now the advantage to using putty is it's ready to use right away. So roll it out like a snake, whereas silicone takes 12 to 24 hours to dry. And then we're going to press it into that indentation on the bottom of the gasket all the way around it. So it should look like that. Then we'll put that face down, drop our faucet right on top of that, and make sure it seats in the grooves of that plastic gasket. Press down on the whole faucet assembly just to kind of seat it. And we get to come back underneath our good friend. Thread our new mounting nuts on there. Now you can get these things pretty dang tight with just your hands. And then with our tool we can tighten them another half turn or so. Remember, these are just plastic, so you don't want to break them. Come back up top and make sure it didn't shift. Sometimes it'll shift and get crooked when you're tightening it. But then you can go ahead and remove all that plumber's putty that just squeezed out. Now we can go ahead and hook up the supply lines to the bottom of our faucet. Hot on the left, cold on the right. Don't get these ones mixed up. Now after you've got them finger tightened up, you only need to turn them about half turn or so. These have a rubber gasket. Now be careful when you're tightening these. You don't want a bunch of tension on your water supply lines. You don't want these to be twisting. You can feel the tension if you grab them. It should be nice and loose. Then we'll go ahead and drop our new rod for the pop-up stopper down. Then we'll take our pop-up and we want this piece right here to face towards the back, towards the faucet. That's what's going to hook onto our little lever down here. See, if you have one of these bent levers, it bends towards the back. Then we'll connect this piece to our pull-up rod. It just goes onto it. And then there's this little set screw that we'll tighten. And we just tighten that set screw just a little bit. Take this piece and we're going to slide the nut over the ball like that. Take the little locking clip and we're just going to slide it through one end. Then we're going to put it through the hole that lines up with this spot right here. Come back up here to make sure that it grabbed our pop-up, and it did. And then we can tighten this down all the way. This just needs to be hand tight. Then the clip will go on the end of the rod, so it sandwiches this piece between to lock it in. And we can test our lever up here. It's working. Okay, then we want to open up our valve slowly. Now let's go ahead and turn our water on the faucet. We'll come down under here and we're going to check these connections up here as well as everything else. Just make sure nothing's leaking. Alright, awesome. Works great and no leaks. Hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe and click the notification bell so you can get all my new videos. Thanks for watching Johnny DIY, guys. Keep on doing it yourself. Take care.